here. We are here. We are here with yet another episode of what I like to call, Omar, you gotta understand what's going on. The one and only, you know what I'm saying? The number one podcast in LA is what I like to say.
Love it.
You know what I'm saying? Unselfish Behavior Podcast. We're here with yet another episode with a dope guest. You know what I'm saying? But really, you know what I'm saying? You're a part of a lot of people's childhoods out here.
Yes,
I'm not sure.
Know that. I've raised a lot of youngins. I done took the belt off on more kids than I didn't realize.
We got my man Omar Gooding in the building
yes,
today, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a pleasure to have you, my brother. Thanks for stopping by. How you feeling? What you feeling? You know what I'm saying?
I'm good. I'm feeling all right. I'm glad we had a chance to rap. So I was a little wound up.
Loosened you up a little bit.
I was loosened up a little bit. You know, the timing is crazy. Got a lot going on in LA.
Yeah.
You know, a lot going on in my life. You know, as we were talking about being fathers.
Oh yeah.
You can't really afford the luxury of being sad when you're at home. When you in dad mode, you in dad mode.
Yeah.
You know, I got two boys. I'm a boy dad. As they
there we
say.
go.
I got these cats. They want what they want when
they want it. They want it. Got
Daddy
you.
can't be in the bathroom too long.
Come on.
Hurry up. I'm done. You know, took my time.
That's real.
You know what I mean?
That's real. Come on,
you washing your face again? Yes.
Facts. And for people that don't know, because when people watch this episode, I don't think they're aware that these are pre-recorded episodes. So for those of you out there that are not aware, you know, these are a few days after Kobe Bryant's passing. So, you know, obviously he's alluding to the fact that we've been grieving, you know what I'm saying, as fans of Kobe. Yeah. And usually what I like to do with my guests is allow the floor to be open and just kind of talk to the people a little bit about who you are, what you stand for, and what you do. So if you can briefly do that, and then we're going to jump into our first topic.
My name is Omar Gooding. You know, I've been an entertainer for over 30 years. You know, I started off when I was 10 years old.
Wow.
Booked my first gig when I was I was 9. I booked a educational film for McGruff the Crime Dog.
Come on now.
By age 12, I was a series regular on a Nickelodeon show called Wild and Crazy Kids.
Come on, we know about it.
Yeah, I mean, 3 years later.
1991, 1992.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? And then I booked a show called Hang with Mr. Cooper that ran another 5 years.
Yeah, we know that one. We know that
what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? And then one of the executive producers from that started a new show called Smart Guy. You know what I'm saying? And they said they needed somebody. They needed somebody to play the bully.
Come on.
And they turned him into a Reggie. You know, and went there for another 3 years.
Come on now.
So yeah, man, and then one day I get a call from John Singleton who said he wants me to star in one of his films and wants to help me cross over from television to movies. And at that time, with the black sitcom, and sitcoms in general, you didn't see a lot of TV stars jumping into movies. It was a harder adjustment, you know. Back then, like the movie execs, they hear your name, they're associated with TV. They don't believe you can pull in the money in the big box office. I think someone was going to have to take a chance on you.
Come on now.
And John Singleton, rest in peace.
He was that man.
You know what I'm talking about?
Come on.
He was the guy that would look at someone and see something in them that they might not even have seen in themselves.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Look at all the icons he's
absolutely.
created.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And it's the movies that he made, the stars would be from another genre, per se. You know, he have rappers, you know what I mean? Unknown actors that go on to win Oscars and become icons in their own way. Singers, you know what I mean? You know, a guy that does TV, you know what I mean? And all of a sudden he's a gangster, like what? You know what I mean?
How you do that?
You know what I'm saying? How you pull that off? I mean, he had no idea where I was born. You know what I mean? He picked the right color and everything.
Come on now.
But no, but it was a fun journey. And then to open those eyes when people saw that. And then throughout it all, you know, my father was Cuba Gooding Sr, who also recently, well, he's been about 3 years now that he passed, but he was a singer in the 70s, you know, famous off a song called Everybody Plays the Fool, you know,
on now.
Which was just in that Joker movie. I don't know if you saw that Joker movie.
We did see that Joker movie.
That Joker movie is crazy. Now, when I went and saw it in the theater, what blew my mind is it was right towards the beginning, 5 scenes in, I think it's the scene where the guy is giving the Joker the gun in the the little dressing room or whatever, and he's trying to get a pistol. Watch it again. When you watch it again, they're playing a song in the background. Everybody Plays Fools, my father's song. They play it for like 5 minutes. Like I didn't even know that, like the extended version. I don't know, maybe I was hearing it like that. Getting up, Daddy, what you crying about? I'm not crying. Yeah, I mean, so it's cool, man. I've been doing hip hop.
Come on now.
Kind of like in a parallel universe type of thing. You know, people that know me. You know what I mean? They call me Big O, you know what I'm saying? So they know I spit. And, you know, I had some record deals back in the day. You know, it's funny how, you know, God works.
Come on.
We had a deal lined up with QD3 in the Sound Lab.
Nice.
And Tupac passes.
Yep.
And then they go grieving because he was supposed to marry the sister. Boom, boom. So that shut that whole thing down.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? I was like, book another show. I got to, you know, the show must go on
right
on my thing. But right when I had my first child, Omar Gooding Jr.
Come on.
2 years ago, in 2017.
Come on.
Right when she was pregnant with him, wifey was pregnant. I was like, he was like, you know what, I need something. I need something. And the crazy thing is, he was born, and then about 3 months, he was born January 27th, and April 20th, a week before his birthday, my father passed. So I know how much of a fan he was of my rap. You know what I mean? Because what's crazy is he had him and my mother divorced for like 10, 15 years and then remarried.
Wow.
And when he came back into quote unquote my life, you know what I mean? Because he was always on the road when they were divorced. It was like, phone calls and visits here and there. He said, oh, you doing music? Well, let me help you out. And he helped get that deal.
That's
you know
dope.
what I mean?
That's dope.
So, but I never put out a solo album. So I got with Focus from Aftermath.
Come on.
And, I had known him for about 20 years. And he said, brother, you need to put out your own album. Just you, not your peoples, your boys, your group, this and that. How about Big O? Let's go introspective. Let's talk about your brother. Let's talk about being a father. Let's talk about, your pops maybe if you want to go there, whatever you want to do. Intro them to how you get down. 7 songs. It's called The Excuse. You can pick it up right now. It's out everywhere, right?
Yeah.
So I put out my first album, you know what I mean? Which was, you know what I mean? Had my first kid at age 40, you know what I'm talking about?
Come on now.
And it's been working. And then, and then also, got a shameless plug, the series that I've been doing for 9. We actually did 8 seasons. We completed season 7 and 8. They just aired season 7 called Family Time, which is on the Bounce Network. The executive producer is Bentley Evans, who did Martin, Jamie Foxx.
Okay, dope.
So we got the blueprint for success, and we've been rocking.
That's huge, brother.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That's huge, man. Well, look, you got to understand what's going on. Shit, we could, you know what I'm saying? I love the fact that you're somebody with a story and that you're transparent, and I felt that obviously even before the cameras came on.
Right.
And I love to have guests like that because, again, I just feel like what better person to talk to than somebody that's just an open book that has a multitude of different experiences. But what I do want to touch on right now is a little bit about what's present right now for myself, for you, and for everybody else that's in the city of LA. And that's Kobe Bryant's passing right now. I know that you're a huge Laker fan. Talk a little bit about how you've been processing that and what that's meant to you.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm diehard. I'm diehard. Always been. I was touched on earlier. We were talking about it. I've always been a Kobeist. I've always, when they say Kobe or Jordan, my thing was there would be no Kobe without Jordan.
And you had the opportunity to see both of them in both their eras, right? Yeah. That's special.
And I hated Jordan
because I was
from LA.
Come on.
I wanted the Sonics. I even wanted Utah to win. I was like, this nigga can't win them all. I was, everybody's going Bulls. I'm like, bullshit. I need this nigga to lose. He beat my Lakers. He beat Magic. I was hot. I hated Jordan.
Yeah, come on.
But I respected him.
Come on. You had to.
What I mean?
You had to.
When you get 3-peat and then you take a break and then you come back and another 3
do it
in a row,
again.
I'm like,
he like, nigga, I'm going to do what I want to do.
Just go retire, nigga. Let somebody else win. Retire already. And then you had somebody like Kobe come along, you know, and it's funny. That journey was fun, too. I had a friend of mine kind of remind me of how much of a Laker I am.
Come on.
We had Kobe. We had Shaq. Love Shaq.
Yeah, same.
You know what? And the only time I met Kobe, I was at a game, and I didn't meet him. He was on the floor. It was a timeout. I'm with my peoples in the stands. We're talking, whatever, on my seat. Yeah. And I looked over, and bro was looking dead at me.
Get the fuck out of here.
And I went like this, and I saw him go like this.
Come on.
And I was like, that's all I need. I was like, that's it. That's all I need. I was like, I don't want to meet him and then
I ain't even gotta shake his hand.
I don't want nothing. That one little head nod was it. Now Shaq, my dude, we done hung with the championships. I would see him out in the streets. Last time I saw Shaq, I was walking through the mall, Sherman Oaks Mall in the gallery in the Valley.
Come on.
And I remember it was like somebody threw a sheet around me and everything got dark. He was just hugging me. I was like, what is going on in here? Yeah. And the guy said, hello, you brother, good to see you. I was like, oh, Shaq, God damn, that is a humongous human.
Yeah.
Best dude ever to hang with.
I love it.
So when the beef hit, I was like, most Laker fans, if they can be honest, what they'll admit, they said, Kobe or Shaq? I'm Shaq. 1,000%. Keep Shaq. Yeah. Shaq left. Well, Kobe time.
Yeah, you have to make that transition.
I'm not leaving with Shaq, you know what I mean? Because I'm a Laker.
Facts.
But I got to watch this boy for 20 years, 82 games. You know what I mean? When we transitioned to like LeBron, the problem I had with LeBron, even though it was just a nickname, is they crowned him king as soon as he came down. They was crowning my
man at 18 years old with that nickname. He ain't proved shit.
I
had a huge problem with that.
I had a huge.
Matter of fact, they went straight to Jordan comparisons and just skipped Kobe.
Hello? You ain't see Kobe? Like my man. You wasn't just here destroying niggas? He shut whole teams
That's facts,
down. Like
facts,
what?
Bro. Facts.
We
facts.
stopped whole cities. Sacramento. He could fuck the Spurs off a couple championships.
That same feeling.
Swept?
That same feeling that you had towards Jordan. You know how many fans had that against Kobe. You know what I'm saying? You talk about Sacramento fans, San Antonio fans, Denver Nuggets fans, Portland Trailblazer fans. The list is very, very long. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Kobe dominated a whole era.
Yeah.
You know, if you think back with, I'm not sure if people remember them early 2000s was brutal.
Yeah.
They didn't have nobody that's like tough skin like they used to be. You had cats from the real Ron Artest was back then. I ain't talking about no Meta World Peace. I'm talking about that 2008 playoff
in
series.
The stands and shit.
That 2008 playoff series, the Rockets against the Lakers when they had Yao Ming, Tracy McGrady.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? And Ron Artest.
Yeah.
Them boys was bad.
Yeah.
Ron Artest was vicious. You know what I'm saying? You had cats like Bruce Bowen. You had cats like Luis Scola, who we went against. You had cats like Shane Battier.
Yeah.
Tony Allen.
Oh, stuff.
You come on now. Steve Francis. You know what I'm saying? You have Stephon Marbury.
Refs to let him play.
Come on now, just let him play. And it's like, so for me,
I
I have a hard time even comparing players just because you can't compare Kobe's tenacity to LeBron's because they're in two different eras. Kobe grew up playing ball with a different caliber of man. You know what I'm saying? Like LeBron is in an era to where it's, they let a lot go. They a lot softer, feel like soccer at times. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? They
throwing your hands up. Where
yeah, like,
you
damn, what's going on?
Yell at the ref while they're running up the court to score.
Come on.
Nigga. Yeah.
Early 2000s, flopping didn't even exist, big dog. That didn't even exist.
Ran the fuck over. Yep.
Flopping, what a lot of people don't realize, flopping is a European thing that originated from soccer. Right, and so when we start having a lot of these European players coming in flopping like Manu Ginobili and these boys, throwing themselves, we just picked that shit up. That was never a part of our culture. You know what I'm saying? But it's interesting, man. I've obviously been, grieving. I've been a huge Kobe fan ever since I can remember being alive. And like I was telling you off camera, man, he was somewhat of a hero to me, like a superhero. Definitely. You never thought there's two people that I just never thought anything in life was ever going to happen to. Me being a 90s kid, it was Kobe Bryant and The Rock. Okay? You know what I'm saying? You couldn't tell me shit. Am I lying? If in the 90s, The Rock ran that whole shit. Okay. And the early 2000s as well. You know what I'm saying? So as a kid, am I lying? I'm not lying. That was like God to me, dog. Like funny. 4th grade, 5th grade, I'm like, the whole eyebrow, the whole shebang, the vibe, the style, the glasses, the shirts, the ladies. So for me, bro, that was a huge, huge loss, man. But a lot of people have a lot of different theories about how his death even happened, Kobe. And I know it's only been a few days, but I've obviously been hearing a lot of things. And I know we briefly talked about some things off air that I want to kind of dive into. What do you think about people that are kind of into the whole conspiracy, Illuminati topics about, maybe this was planned or they did this to him or it was an attack? How do you feel about shit like that?
A lot of deep, I'm kind of like, which one do I want to pull out right now?
Yeah.
When something like this happens, we were talking about like Nipsey.
Yeah.
When something like this happens, that if they say car accident, if they say he was sick for a while or something like this, one thing. When it's sudden, you go, okay. When the little flags go off and the little hairs on the back of your neck stand up, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's usually something.
Facts.
So, this one I'm slowly coming to grips with the possibility of it being an accident, but as smart, as intelligent as this man was, as much of a father as he was, as protective as you could just imagine he was, I don't see the carelessness of let's fly anyway. So the question mark to me is what was so important? Why would you just risk it? Why not just say, oh, we can't fly? Okay, I guess we're going to drive. Or I guess we're going to miss this game. Daddy, I want to make the game. You're right. Is there any way we can do this? No. This was an experienced pilot. This is a pilot a lot of people can vouch for. I heard a lot of rumors at first that another pilot was going to fly and refused, and then this guy, and I think that was all bullshit. Yeah. Only thing I know is that it still seems odd. Yeah. When the story comes out and it's 5 people, then all of a sudden it's 9. Why the fuck you didn't know how many people there was immediately? That doesn't make any sense. Why was it 5 for so many hours and then it's 9? Don't you have, and I'm not sure, I've been on a helicopter one time, so I don't know how that goes, if it's like a flight log, or if it's full manifest and you know who's on here, but you should know who's on there. Facts. Can you just say jump on and let's go? I don't know. If it's private, maybe, but I don't think it was private. Right. I was reading up on Kawhi Leonard. He said he flew many times with that same pilot And, the pilot would say he just dropped Kobe off and he's on his way to pick up Kawhi. Now, Kawhi's like, he doesn't really know how he feels about flying. I mean, I know a lot of people cancel their flights after this, but I mean, as you should. I mean, the main thing about it, it's not really the fear of flying. And I don't live with fear. I'm a God-fearing man in the sense of, if it's his plan, it's his plan. But if we're under attack or if it's something like that, that we should be a little more cautious, then let's ease back for a minute.
Right.
You know what I mean? We ain't got to fly right now. You ain't got to be that much of a hurry. And you should put that, you know what I mean? If it was something where it was his first time in a helicopter, but he flew all the time. Yeah. So to him, it was nothing.
For years.
You know what I mean? Yeah. It was like, we're just going to hop in this helicopter and go. So I don't know. I may need more numbers to make me feel a little better. I don't know why it was going so fast. Why did he Was it a malfunction? Was it just fog? You didn't see that big ass mountain? Don't you have monitor? Don't you have detectors?
You don't have radar detectors and shit like that?
I have a friend that's a pilot.
It's some shit, right?
Shit out of him.
Yeah.
So, again, there'll be time for that. They'll tell us, will they? They brought in investigators from D.C. D.C.? Why?
What?
Fuck, we in L.A.
Come on, man, that's real.
I don't know. So
that's real.
It wouldn't make me feel any better to know that it was a setup. Maybe about people flying. I mean, again, I see a necessity to be in a helicopter. They need to figure something out. I know the scary thing is like, why don't you just jump out or something? And it's not really, but the propellers are, you know what I mean? It ain't.
It's funny because that was what I said.
Yeah.
I said, why my man can't just grab his daughter and just get close? You know how they do in action movies. Just get the fuck out of there. Yeah.
You know what I mean? With all that money, you need to build something. And maybe, they used to say about airplanes. They say, you need to build the whole plane out of that black box. You know what I mean? So they need to do something with helicopters to try to protect people.
That's
real. And it's scary when they can touch somebody like him who has all of the resources to protect himself, you would think. You know what I mean? So.
Oh, one of the things that came up for me, man, when the news broke was it just didn't seem fair. Even from a spiritual perspective or a religious perspective, to me, I'm just like why? I just couldn't, because for me, I know that you've lost people close to you. I've never lost anybody close to me before. And so it always blows my mind when I see, this was a good individual. They had a family. They were spearheading a vision. They were helping other people. So I'm just like, he has so much more to give. I felt the same thing about Nipsey. I'm just like, I don't know, man. It just didn't seem fair. But again, I can't go into questioning, God's order and stuff like that.
Was the 13-year-old and the 13-year-olds
that fucked me up,
that
bro.
On there. There's nothing that she could have done to deserve that.
Yeah.
But babies died, children died.
Facts.
This happens all around the world. And if we were to hear the numbers, I mean, I traveled to Kansas City and heard about the murder rate there and was able to talk to them and talk to the kids and see the fear in their eyes of how do I get out of this situation? And people don't know about this. And that's another city we need to bring awareness to. Where our people are really going through a tough time with, these kids are killing each other still. Wow. They're bringing guns to school and shooting up situations where they think it's normal to them. And, we're not hearing about it, so no one's reaching out. When I showed up, they were so happy that I came, you know what I mean? And they were just like, just to see somebody we see on TV here hugging the kids and taking pictures and talking to us and having, and these kids would want an autograph or a selfie and then would whisper in my ear, how do I get out? Like real shit. And I would stop and talk to them for 5 and 10 minutes and just really just, don't think this is not everything. You think it is. When you're 12, 13, when you're in high school, you think this is all it is.
This is life.
These tests are hard. I can't do that. That's not going to be like this forever. Take advantage of this and then trust me, it'll get better, So a lot of people feel, hopeless and we're still very blessed to be in this country. If you travel around the world and you see how everybody else lives, we are so far above. We are the 1%. No matter how you living. That's real. If you out here, you doing much better than most of the world. You know what I mean? So it is, like I heard a lot of people talking about don't blame God, don't this. His ways are not our ways, but, it was a sacrifice in some way. Maybe it'll open up people's eyes to, I'm not sure where that, I don't know how deep we want to get, but you have to pay attention. You have to be aware. I was talking the other day about, I'm also a big Saints fan, which I don't think we have enough time on the tape to talk about why I am and how deep I get into that. But I was... The first game of the season, we lost by a field goal. Okay. Or we won, by just like a field goal, right? Year before that, we got bounced out of the playoffs. Just, and I have a whole nother theory about that where I didn't really blame that call, which was horrendous, but I didn't think Drew Brees should have been passing the ball in the first damn play. He should have ran the ball and then kicked the field goal. So what the hell are we throwing the ball for?
Facts.
You know what I mean? Look like the Seahawks and what's the name? We ain't even get into that. So, so I bought tickets to the game number 2 when they were the rematch of that game. Okay. So I'm sitting there, I spent $1,600 on 2 tickets, 50-yard line. I couldn't wait to go. I'll bring me, wifey, boom, boom, boom. We're going to sit right there on the 50-yard line. I'm going to be Saints out. It's going to be awesome, right? But I hadn't been to the Coliseum in years. And I was talking to a buddy of mine before we go, and he said, man, you ain't going to like it because it's no shade. You can't wear an umbrella. You're going to sit there with your pregnant wife right there in the middle of L.A. with all them Rams fans hollering and yelling at you. I don't know if you're going to like that. And I said, what's funny is I just had a feeling after game 1, the way we barely won, we don't have that same drive. You know what? I'm not going to go. And luckily I got the insurance on the tickets for $100.
Come on.
$100 insurance, $1,600. Figure that shit out.
Yes, sir.
So the night before I said, fuck it. No, we're going to claim we ain't going to go. We got a doctor's note, this and that, and the third. Got all my money back, wound up not going. Man, the game, first quarter, Drew Brees breaks his damn thumb. We lose the game. I was like,
he was out. Drew was out for a few weeks.
Now, we went on to do well still with the other dude getting all that. But that game right there was probably the worst game of the year. And I would have been sitting right there unless I listened to the little tingles in the back of my neck. My partner gave me the suggestion. I said, man, you know what? I said, that I already didn't want to go. But my point is, you got to listen to that little voice.
Come on, Omar.
You got to hear him talk. And I'm pretty sure it's God. But you can call it whatever you want.
I'm right in agreement with you.
You know what I'm saying? And when I don't want to go to this fucking function and something feels, fuck it, I'm going to go anyway. Then something happens, you get car trouble, some bullshit happens, or somebody gets shot, or some dumb shit. And you say, I knew I wasn't supposed to be there anyway. You got to listen to that little voice in your head. And I don't know, like obviously can't talk, he's gone. Yeah. But if it was I'm sure if he had it all do all over. So there's no way I want to go on this helicopter right now with my, you know what I mean? People say, well, he wouldn't risk all their lives unless he was fairly certain that they'd be okay due to his flight, blah, blah, blah. But we hear the simplest thing. Right. It was awful conditions. Why are you going? What the fuck? Why would you do it then? Yeah. That part there we'll never know. I don't.
Yeah, that's real, dog.
You won't be able to tell me anything to make me say that intelligent brother said, you know what, let's do it anyway. Come on, and with my daughter.
Yeah, so when you say there's a lot of unanswered questions, my mind goes straight there. It just, some things don't make sense in the decision-making process to even get on the motherfucker in the first place.
Yeah, it's clear skies or something. Right. It had to be a freak.
We good.
It had to be something. But it's
and Kobe it ain't like Kobe ain't got resources. You know what I'm saying? Like he got resources. He could get there outside. He could
have called him and said, we're going to be late.
Facts.
We're going to pause this game for another hour because I'm in Burbank and I got to get to fucking Thousand Oaks. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. I don't think there's any reason why it had to happen. So, I'll cling to the fact that they actually went to the moon and put some dummy bodies in there and burnt them up. And he was the first one to go to the moon. He said, well, I'm gonna take my daughter because they was the closest to I'm gonna leave wifey, the other daughters, they'll be fine, but I'm gonna bring Gigi. Gigi, you want to go with daddy? Yes, daddy. Yeah, let's go. They on the moon. See on the moon when we get there, baby. He went to Mars. He said, I'm gonna go check Mars out, but I gotta fake my death.
Oh, look, I'm telling you, man. I done seen some motherfucking research to where they up there building whole cities in space, big dog. They up there building shit as we speak.
You know what I'm saying? Coming. They said, the only way you can go, you got to do it Tupac. Come on, all right, man, let's go.
Fuck it. I ain't going to Cuba. I'll go to the moon.
I'll go to the moon.
I love the fact that you brought up intuition, though, man. I have so many conversations about this with my girl, and it's like, I don't think people stop and realize that we're more than a fucking walking meat suit. Yeah. We're more than this. Yeah. There's something inside of us that lives on forever, I firmly believe. Yeah. And when you talk about that inner voice, I just recall so many situations in my life to where that's happened. And I'm sure a lot of people can as well, to where it's like, I knew I wasn't supposed to be around this motherfucker. I knew I wasn't supposed to go there. I knew I wasn't supposed to go to this party. I knew I wasn't, right? And it's like, do you feel like there's a direct correlation between that and your inner spirit or soul? Do you take that as like, right? And what do you think? What do you think is the purpose of this experience then down here on Earth? I oftentimes find myself thinking about that. What's the point of having a human experience if we're spiritual beings? What do you think?
What is the point?
What's the point of having a spirit
you mean like experience? Why have free will if you can just say, okay, this is what you're going to do, this is what's going to happen, so why go through it?
Absolutely. And also, where I want to add to that question, we know that, and we like to believe that God is all knowing. Mm-hmm. if you knew we were going to go through this struggle down here, why put us here in the first place? Do you think there's a direct correlation between that?
I mean, it's a lot of different things.
Yeah.
I mean, I think, that's true. I mean, imagine if you're God, do you want to just create something that's just going to worship you and just do it? You know what it's going to do, so what's the big deal?
Right.
You may know it'll work out all right, but they've got to go through this in order for it to work out all right, and then they'll really love me.
Yeah.
They may love me because they were told to love me, but let them go through some shit.
Right.
Then they'll really love me.
Right,
It's like raising kids. You know what I mean? You can tell them, don't do it. I know I was hard-headed. I was like,
same here.
You tell me, do it, and if I think I'll be all right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just telling you, you can do it if you want to, but I said, well, I'm different. I'm going to be the 1%. And then I fuck up. I go, oh, okay. Yeah. Well, now I know.
Now you know not to do it.
I know because I went through it. You just tell me, that's fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's, as far as God, I think I think it's let them do it. Let them
go through
figure it out. Now, if he just shows up, all right, I'm God here. Okay, everybody got to act nice. Now. We got to be good. God, he is looking. You see, right?
He been watching our ass all this time. Yeah,
but just to have in the back of the mind, like, well, maybe not. And you know when you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's where faith comes in, because when you know you ain't supposed to do something, and then karma comes in. We call it karma.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shit, I got 2 miles to make it. Fuck it, I can make it.
Yeah. That's
Car break down side of the road, you like, I ain't gonna do that shit again.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And one time you make it, one time you get away with the shit. You know what I mean?
That's real,
and
man.
I know that it's still too early to talk about the bad stuff. The trial that Kobe went through and all that stuff. It's still too early.
Right.
Because what I do is I look at that and the sins of the man and the sins of the father and the daughter. And all that, that's one thing, but it's hard to swallow.
Right.
That's why I'm gonna go with the moon.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that one too. I'm glad you even brought that analogy in there.
You
know what I'm saying? Hey, all y'all Laker fans out there, all y'all Kobe fans out there. Yeah, my man down there in the bunker somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
He had to. He said,
and Vanessa know about it.
She knew. She ain't that sad. Watch her at the funeral.
Yeah, that's real. That's real. But nah, man, it's fun to just bring light to a conversation that has obviously been bringing a lot of mourning to a lot of people. So, and we coming from obviously a loving space, and we Kobe fans. So,
we're fans, man. And you never know. And it's funny when I've compared it to my father passing.
Yeah.
It's like, and I wasn't raised by him. He was always out getting the money. He was always out chasing the next project. We went homeless for years while my brother and I and my sister and my mom went on our journey. My acting career, my brother's acting career, my sister just being the glue, trying to say, I'm going to stay out of the limelight until, recently when she just started her comedic career and all that. We had to go through it. He was out doing his thing. When he passed, I was, I honestly, believe it or not, didn't think I would hurt the pain that I felt. I didn't think I was going to feel.
Got you.
I mean, I never thought he was, he's one of them people that say, I'm never dying, so it's all good, but little signs would come, and when I saw his health deteriorating, my son was born, he came to the hospital, and he was limping. I was like, what's wrong with your leg? And he said, oh, that's fucked up. Why you gonna ask about my leg, nigga? I just laughed. I was like, okay. That's just how my dad was, Right. And when he passed and it was health related, we went, oh shit. You know what I mean? With Kobe, if someone was to say, what if Kobe was to die? I was like, oh man, that would suck. But I didn't think I'd be like choked up and stopping and crying, like bawling. Like I'm not sitting there going, what the hell is this?
Same here, bro.
Like I loved it and all that. And I was always, I'm a Kobeist and I'll fight somebody over it, but damn, I'm really in pain and I didn't know, dude.
Yeah.
I never sat and had, and then you watch people on TV that are crying that they knew him and you go, damn, that sucks.
It was that
head. But what the hell? Why am I crying? A couple of my guys hit me.
It was that head nod, big dog.
Exactly. I was like, you know what I mean? That one that did. Yeah, sorry. I was just, you know what I mean?
Hey, you got a lot more than a lot of us out here.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It was that motherfucking head nod.
But there was like 500 or 600 people behind me doing the same thing. Like, he looked at me. He did that for me.
Damn, that's real.
They were sneezing. They like, Kobe just did this.
The whole row behind you said the same thing. Telling that story today.
They're like, Omar was there too because I saw that. That was me. They gonna hit me up on Twitter. What game was that? Man. Was that
That's real, man. The family is so it's funny, man, because I was telling my girl these stories, bro, how I used to interact with your brother when I worked at Best Buy all the time. I'm not sure if he live around there, but that motherfucker used to be in Best Buy all the time on Pico and Sawtell, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he used to be in that Best Buy all the time. He used to be, and I worked at customer service, so I deal with the returns and exchanges, and your brother would come in there all the time, returning cables and shit. I'm like, why the fuck is Cuba Gooding Jr. in this motherfucker returning these cheap ass cables?
He's buying the cheap ass cables. You got to return them.
But that's real, man. Look, I want to talk a little bit about family structure, man. Obviously, you're a father, and you come from a family background that's extremely talented and gifted.
Thank you.
Where did that start? How did that get instilled within you guys? You talk about from you, your brother, and now your sister. You know,
it was just in the blood. It was one of them things where I didn't take classes. My brother took classes.
Oh, nice.
Now he took classes, and that's why he got an Oscar and I don't.
Okay.
Because you learn those skills.
Come on.
You know what I mean? He just and it's funny too. This is a funny story. I'm a fan as well of the art. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I've watched tons of movies, and people talk about, remember that show? I'm like, hell yeah, I watched that. I watched that movie 500 times, Half-Baked 1,000 times, Wizard of Oz, like all type,
Yeah.
And I'd watch my brother do things, and him being my older brother, 10 years apart. It was a big brother, little brother thing. You know what I mean? So he was always like, my dad wasn't around. He was more like my dad. That, but as he was there, he was home to just be that guy and then move on. And as I came into my own, and as my real life baby boy journey started kicking in, and I would get in trouble because I'm with these niggas. We got the heat and the guns in the car and all this type of crazy shit, And he felt he had to come have a conversation with me, and we had a phone call. And he's like, "Nigga, I'm on my way. I'll be here when you get here." And then when he came, he saw his little baby brother with his chest poked all out and shit, and all he saw was the baby. Even though I'm standing like, nigga, swing. You know what I mean? So he got emotional.
Come on.
And he turned around and he started crying and shit. And I was like, the only thing I could think of was, he sounded just like he did in Boys in the Hood.
Wow.
When he was doing that little
come on. Damn, nigga, that's how you really cry?
And it made me go, oh shit, that nigga ain't even acting. He goes to a place and relives an emotion. That's fucked up. That's deep shit.
That's another level.
Cause I'm like, when I act, I do something, I'm acting. I'm really, I get into some shit. Baby Boy was tough because it was just kind of get into a place. Yeah. And I was also, I had some experiences that were very similar to when Jody got jumped by the little niggas. I had a very similar incident with a very close friend of mine. And God handled it. I didn't have to go find these niggas and line them up.
Yeah.
So but him handling it took my justice away, my vengeance away. One nigga one left the planet, the other one left freedom. You know what I mean? I never got to see him again. And the rest of them, whatever.
Right.
When I got this script some years later, I was just like, oh yeah, I channeled all that fucking rage. You know what I mean? So I get going to a place, but I was also young enough to where when they said cut, I couldn't shake it off, even though I was, I started a house full of homies. We go, drinking and you know what I mean? I was able to separate it. But I like doing comedy because you do have to go there. Yeah. And then when you do drama, I kind of, I like to say, okay, this is the line. I have a problem getting that emotional with stuff unless I can really relate to it. And I'm like, who wants to really, But to see my brother go to a real place and really actually,
that's
you know what I mean? It kind of, I said, well, this motherfucker's bad.
Come on now.
You know what I mean? And then we had to do, I know I auditioned for, to play a special needs person once. Awful. I could laughable. And like I left out of that motherfucker like, what the hell was that? Like I could see the people behind the camera going, yeah, thank you for coming.
Yeah, it ain't gonna be him, big dog.
Man, that's not the play. And I left there thinking, damn, my brother a bad motherfucker. Because that radio,
hey, you gotta understand.
Radio was so cold, my mama couldn't watch it. Now you have to ask women about this. That's the big guys. I don't know if because now that I have kids, still I get it, but I don't know to the extent. If you think about it. What do you want for your child when your baby's being born? You want 10 toes, baby, perfect health, everything. You know what I mean? That's what you want to. Not to knock people that deal with special needs, but that's just what. Right. So when she had him, everything was good. Boom, boom, boom. And to see him like that was hard. Stuff out. Yeah. Well, it was just hard because what if that was his reality? So for her, she can't watch the movie at all. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's deep.
But then I think about stuff like, because you say he's able to change. This is just another level of just gurus of acting. I feel like Will Smith's in that class. Jamie Foxx is in that class. Yeah. They're able to really bring. Oh, yeah. Your brother's obviously in that class. And it's like, okay, when you talk about emotional scenes, he can draw back to a time in his life to where he's had an emotional reaction. But how.
And this is me putting it together because him and I really don't really talk about that type of stuff. Right. He's more lead by example. You know what I mean? I've had crossroads. We can talk about ups and downs. I'm not going to hear just big up a nigga. We can get in. I'm telling you, this nigga, we didn't have it out. You know what I mean? And it's like, well, learn on your own. You know what I mean? You'll figure it out.
Right.
And if not, you've grown even more than me just telling you what to do.
Right.
You know, people, I know he give you all type of tips. No.
Yeah.
But if I asked him,
he there.
hey, but let me put it to you like this. He'll explain it in a way that make me still have to learn it.
Yeah, I'm curious as to where he draws the inspiration or the energy to play a special needs person if he's never had that experience. That's another level,
right?
That's
fucking crazy. That's crazy.
That's insane.
Because that's another thing. You know, I remember we would always ask, my dad was funny too, because he would always ask, damn, I saw you was crying like that. How you do that? And he would just ignore it. He'd just be like, you stupid. Anyway, so as we cut the turkey, open the presents, like he would move on to another topic. And every time I'd hear him ask, I'd lean in too, like, nigga, how you do that?
Yeah, how you do that?
And I didn't, and I would like rehearse sometimes. You by yourself in your own room. I can make myself cry. And you think about, the work. And then you get in front of the camera, action, and you be like, sorry,
this shit ain't working.
It's just, I can't get it. I'm sorry. I was rehearsing it. Right. They was falling. Right now, you say action, it's dry in here.
That shit ain't cracking.
Can we, you know what I mean? And then I've seen little techniques and shit that people do. I was actually on a set once. It was funny. And it was like 3 people. We all had to cry. And one brother, I ain't gonna say who he is. People were like, that nigga. But he was like, right before they said action, he said, all right, bring it in. And the lady came in with this little blower, and it blows like menthol, and then he goes like this, and it blows into his eye, and he held it. They said, action. And he said, no. This shit just started falling. And we in the scene going, ooh, you motherfucker. Ain't this about a bitch? They said, and cut. I said, bring the shit. Bring me the shit. Let me get some of that too, because I was supposed to be crying while he crying. In the audition, I just pushed the shit out and got the part, but I didn't know there was a trick to this shit. Right. But no.
Oh my God.
There are some things, but most people, like I said, when I saw my brother, I said, "Damn, you are really."
What was your name and baby boy again?
Sweet Pea.
Sweet fucking Pea. Now, how did you channel that energy? Because you bought a real. Well, like I said, that was
a real place. That was a real place from that time in my life, man, a few years prior, you know. I mean, I remember people probably, you can Google it. You can say I got caught and pulled over on Thanksgiving. I had like 5 guns in the car, a couple niggas with me. We wasn't going to do nothing. It was more like I just had it there, Right. But there was times before that I got into some shit that I'm not going to incriminate myself in. It was definitely not a hard place to find. Mm-hmm. It was just one thing that happened. It was funny is, the audition process. So John Singleton calls me. I get the script. I read it. I said, damn, what made you think of it? And he said, man, I saw you in a movie where you had to, it was called Freedom Song. It was about the first sit-ins in Mississippi. Mm-hmm. And we were like 12, 13 years old. Well, no, we had to be older than that. It was like 15, 16. Either way, we were at the lunch counter. Mm-hmm. And the goal was to get arrested without getting, shot, killed, or beaten, in Mississippi, at this time. So he said he saw a look in my eyes that said, oh, yeah, I bet he can do some powerful shit.
That's a visionary right there.
Man, I said, that movie? And I had to watch the movie again. Whoa. And I'm like, is that the scene? There's like one scene where I'm just intense, and I'm like, damn, you got all of that Sweet Pea from that right there?
That's crazy.
Okay. So he said, I'll meet you at Lamert Park where my office is, 3 months, hit the gym. I'll see you when you get there. And then I called him another time. I said, what do you think I should do with my hair? Because I shaved my hair off. You think I should grow it out for some braids or bald? It was like definitely bald. I was like, all right, bet. So I hit the gym, saw him in 3 months, and I did the audition, and it was just raw. I was just throwing chairs around and just really, pumped up. So I thought, and he was like, man, good job. I see you look good. Came in with tank top and shit, shaved head. And he was like, all right. Good job. And I left. Couple days go by, week goes by, couple weeks go by, a month goes by. I said, oh, well, I guess I didn't get that. Yeah. I guess I can eat now. Come on now. You know what I'm saying? And we out, chilling, and I get a call from my mom's, and she was like, you got it. I was I got what? You got the part. I'm like, what part are you talking about? The commercial? I don't know. Which one? Like that movie with John Singleton, you booked. I said, oh, shit, right? So I get on set, and we're rehearsing. And he likes to film the rehearsals. So he'll tape it, and what we'll do it, they weren't rehearsing scenes, they're just going through ideas and different situations that he'll come up. He has different exercises that he likes to do. Awesome. And the first day, first thing we did was we read the script. Mm-hmm. And I'm yelling everything and screaming it out and blah, 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 and doing this, Sweet Pea, da, da, da. Yeah. People see me afterwards and go, yeah, man, how you playing Sweet Pea? Yeah, good luck with that shit. And I was just like, oh, okay, all right. Kind of just stored that away. Come on now. And then we had a rehearsal. We go through the rehearsal, and at the end of the rehearsal, with all the little exercises and stuff, He's like, all right, we'll see you guys again tomorrow. And John's looking around at everybody, and he stops and he looks at me and he goes, some of us are going to have to step it up.
Come on.
But I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'll watch out. And I'm looking around like, the fuck is this nigga?
Hold on.
I was like, okay.
Yeah. We bringing that thing tomorrow.
So tomorrow comes in, and I'm just charged up, right? So we get there, and the first exercise, he's like, all right, one person's going to sit in the middle of the room, and the rest of the cast is going to ask them questions. Who wants to go first? Me.
Right here.
I sat there, boom, and everything, they were just coming at me, different questions. So what is it? And I was fired up. I was fired up.
Yeah.
They started doing one-on-ones. All right, so you and me and Ving Rhames was wrestling, falling all on the ground.
Come on, Melvin.
You know what I mean? He grabbed me up, and I remember he said, he was yelling at me. He was like, nigga, where you from? And I was like, nigga, this Crenshaw Mafia. Oh, no, what I say it was? No, I said, I was supposed to be, because I was fucking with Big Cat from the 60s. I said, nigga, this 60s Crip. And he said, shut up, nigga, you from the Valley. Right? Because I lived in Northridge at the time.
Your car right in front
of. Shut the fuck up, bitch. You live in the Valley. I said, all right, but I'm in character. So I was like, fuck you talking about, cuz. And I looked over at AJ Johnson, who's sitting there playing his wife. And I looked at her, and she looked at me like, nigga. And I looked back up at him. I said, fuck you, cuz. Yeah. Bang, bang, you dead. He said, bitch, them ain't guns. And snatched me up, right? He grabs me, we hit the floor, right? And we rolling around on the ground. And I'm like, nigga, you ain't even that strong, you big nigga. And I'm holding him for a little bit. And then his man strength kick in. And he got me now. He on top of me. And he's choking me out. And I was like, right in my head, I went, cut.
Nigga, that's it.
But John Singleton filming like a motherfucker, he didn't do shit. So then right when the nigga's head, as he was choking me, I got close. I grabbed that kiss and said, good scene, nigga.
Yeah,
and then job, nigga. All right, you got up. And we walked around, and I kept thinking to myself, damn, that nigga wasn't gonna cut.
Yeah, nigga, he wasn't gonna keep it going.
We was fighting, blowing shit. So the rest of the day, all of the scenes were just like that, And we get through the end of the day, and everybody's saying blah, blah, blah. Ving walks over to me and says, damn, nigga, would you go to an acting class last night? What the fuck was all that? Where'd that come from?
Different energy today.
And I was like, yeah, well, he did call me out last night. He said he did call you the fuck out. He's like, all right, I'll see you on set. I'll see you on set.
Yeah.
And,
damn, that's hilarious, man.
And man, and then after, besides that, like I mentioned, Big Cat from 6-0, he did pull me to the side and he said, man, you know what? You got the look. You got the look, but real niggas don't be doing all that fucking yelling.
Yeah, you're doing
You a little too fired.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you got to just, that look, keep that look, but shut the fuck up.
Yeah, you bought
and
that
I was like,
look.
Good shit.
Yeah.
And then John echoed it and he was like, yeah, you got to learn to internalize all that shit. Think of a yell, but with your mouth closed.
And you mastered that shit.
You know what I mean? So it's like, all you do is tell me. I need direction.
Real.
Just tell me what you want.
Real.
And then we were locked in, man. That first scene that we shot for the whole movie was the garage scene. I Want to Be Saved.
Come on.
And he said, John, right before we shot, he said, all right, y'all, listen. These are the scenes that we're sending to Sony to let them know that we're doing, to Paramount. These are the ones that's going to get us approved so that we know we going. You know what I mean? They want to see what we doing. They can shut us down if they think it's some bullshit. So I need y'all to bring this shit.
Yeah.
So Omar, whatever you got to do, when jump up and down, do some push-ups, whatever. So to this day, if I'm about to do a big scene, I start
get down, get
So
some
when you
push-ups.
see, when he say action, my shit is beat because I'm
I'm
out of breath.
Yeah.
When he say cut, when he say action, I'm already there. You know what I'm saying? If I was older, I'd be sweating like I am now. But young, you don't sweat when you're 24.
That's facts.
For some reason, you don't have no sweat in
don't
24, no sweat glands.
That's real.
But I was fired up, man, and I always keep those lessons to this day. Man. I'm tackling something.
That's inspiring, man. And when I talk to people, especially people of your caliber, I always like to shine a light on the journey, right? A lot of people can look at you and they can judge you according to your successes. Right. But I love to get intellect from, people that have experienced the level of success about what went on in order to get to that level, right? You were not always here. So like talk to me a little bit about the adversity behind the journey. Talk to me a little bit about the no's that you've gotten. Talk to me a little bit about the idea behind continuing to move forward when doors are shutting in your face.
Yeah, man. I mean, a lot of it for me, we were homeless. Like our actual journey, like I said, my father and mother, they had divorced, right? While they were divorced, my mother moved in with her mother in the high desert up in this period.
Got you.
And we get there and it's, Grandma's got a bunch of people in
Yeah,
it, you know. And one day, Grandpa told Mom, "Look, you got to go.
Yeah,
like you got to get make your own path. Don't wait around for this man to come back.
Got you.
Take these babies. One of your son want to be in Hollywood? Take his ass to Hollywood then." She said, "All right, I'm gone." And she loaded us up in a Bobcat. 88 Bobcat with a fucking Great Dane that's bigger than this table.
Get the fuck out of here.
You understand me?
Come on.
3 kids and her, and we hit the road, literally hit the road. And we lived in the car for a while. We lived in shelters. We lived in a lot of different hotels where we would have toys and just leave them there and left.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it wasn't super sad for me because I was, between ages of 5 and 8. So I was just like, well, this is fun. New place every day. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? A phone call from Pops and then we just keep it moving. Cool. But my sister and brother, they were older. They were 10-year gap. They were feeling all that shit. It was awful for them. My sister would go to camp and not know where the fuck we were.
Come on.
She was like, I'm in camp wondering where they gonna be when we get. I hope they there when I come out. You know what I mean? And she saw us and started crying. I was like, was it fun? She's like, yeah, it's great. It's great. I'm just happy to see you motherfuckers. Where are we? The car? Right. The house is right over here. We're about to gas it up and push on to the next city.
Facts.
So I would draw obviously from that as motivation, but for me it was a journey, and it didn't come. And it was funny, the pivotal thing that happened to me was that dog that,
motherfucking Great
especially
Dane.
a big Great Dane like that. It's hard. I mean, I'm sure if you have an animal, animal lovers like we are, dog people. My mother still has a Great Dane that's humongous to this day, but they don't live very long. But with that traveling, he lived 14 years. It was crazy.
Wow.
Which is long for a dog.
Great Dane, yeah.
But we were on our way back to the hotel. I remember we were coming down the hallway, and I'm calling the dog that we had put in the shelter. They called and said that we have to put this dog to sleep.
Wow.
And my mom said, don't you put that dog to sleep. You take him to the room. We'll meet you there. So we're on our way. I'm calling his name down the hallway. Boom, boom. We get there. We open the door, and he's dead next to our shoes.
Wow.
So, he went to the smell that we had piled up and died right there. And I was like, well, this sucks.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So that was like the first real grief that I felt. But I remember my mom went to a payphone to call my dad to tell him about it. My brother was out there standing with her. I'm in the car with my sister, and I start crying. And then my sister turns to me and she says, "Don't cry. Be strong for Mom." Right? And I swear that shit was pivotal because I just was like, okay, shut that shit up.
Yeah, just turned it off.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now when shit hit me, I turn shit the fuck off. You know what I mean? I can switch it off, and it's crazy. And the fucked up thing, I give you this one. When my dad died. Come on. It was a day where my mom called me to take her dog to the vet. Yeah. So I went to her, and my dad was in town. He took her car, and he was out all night having meetings and this and that and the third. Right. So she was like, I don't have my car. I'm still waiting on your father to get here. Can you come pick us up and take us to the thing? So I went and got to her. My sister showed up on some wholly unrelated thing and said, hey, I'm here to do this and that. And I said, all right, we're about to take this dog to the vet. Now, the vet, she had just moved from one city to the other, right? It was halfway across the valley. Okay. Because the condition, there was a lot of fires over there. She wound up saying, I'm going to buy another house, whatever the case. Gotcha. So, but her vet, when she first got the dog, was still over here. Okay. So we drove across the valley, got there. Boom. We get to the vet. My sister walks in, and we're in there. I'm sitting there with my mom, and they're controlling this dog, who's, I'm telling you, he's an absolute beast. And, we're helping restrain him and all this shit, and they get him in the back. And my sister opens the door, and she goes, your brother, Cuba's on the phone, and he's scaring me. Talk to him. So I talk to him, gives me the news, and he's like, you gotta be strong right now. Where are you is what he said. And I said, well, shit, I'm with Mom and April. The fuck is the problem? And it was one of those, like, get the fuck out of here, because it was just, even as he was trying to prepare me, what I'm about to say, sometimes God does things and you just got to man up. We're men. Men have to just deal with certain things. I'm out of the country right now, or I'd be with you right now. But this is falling on your shoulders, and I need you to deal with this. I'm like, nigga, spit it out. And he's like, all right, well, they found Pops in the car. He's dead. Wow. And I said, fuck, right? Hit me. And he's like, now what I think you should do is leave that dog there, take Mom and April, get them in the car, and then drive them home. And I said, well, that's not going to fucking work. And he says, but don't tell them there, obviously. Get them home first. So how the fuck am I going to do that? There's no way I'm going to walk in and be like, hey, we're going to leave this dog, this big beast that's fucking ravaging, and we just going to drive back.
With no explanation.
You know what I mean? So what did I have to do? Shut it off and be an actor. Walk back in. April, how's it going? Oh, it's good, it's good, it's good. Here's your phone back. Mistake number one, giving her fucking phone back. You know what I mean? My phone, I turned off as soon as he told me. Right. My phone was in the car already. her phone was in the car, and she called April to get through, but I gave her her fucking phone back. She gets in her car. All I'm thinking about is get mom's home, and we done with the dog? Yes. So the whole time, I just chuck that shit up, get her in the car, and we start driving, and we got to drive all the way across the valley. And everything she's talking about, I'm just like looking out the window. Yeah, huh? Wow. Yeah, what's in that? You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
We get almost to the house. She's like, yeah, has your father called you? And I was like, nope.
Nah,
you know what I mean?
I ain't heard from him.
Chuck that shit up, and then worst drive of my life, but then we get to the house. Let the car in, boom, now it just hits, and I was able to let it go.
Yeah.
And her, being a spiritual woman, she's like, what's wrong? What is your father? He's gone.
Wow.
I know. She said, I knew it. Because when I didn't get the call and I saw a rainbow on the phone, she's so spiritual. You know what I mean? And it was one of those things where I felt like, shit, this is going to fuck her up. I'm on the floor, and she's standing up like, yeah, it's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. I was like, son of a bitch. I'm like, oh, well, shit, let me get up. You know, now let me find my sister. Why hasn't she walked in yet? Fuck, I gave her phone back. Oh, she's driving. Her phone blows up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now I had to go talk her off the lead, and that was another.
And no, this is a few years ago.
Yeah, it's 2017. Yeah. And that, again, it was one of those things, of course, it's sad, and it happens, it hits, boom, boom, boom. And then the waves of it just hitting, hitting. And I'm a very spiritual dude. We talked about, trusting your spirit here. And I remember at his funeral, we put him in a mausoleum in Harlem where he was born, right? We had his funeral at the Apollo Theater, you know what I mean? Which wasn't cheap. We sent him off the right way. And I swear, man, when we were laying right before they put him in the wall, I remember I touched that coffin, bro.
Man.
I heard, loud. I'm talking loud, clear voices in my head.
Wow.
Loud, bro. I haven't told a soul this.
Wow.
But it was, and I just kept saying, all right, man, I got you. I get it. Because I know me and him were real same page type of dudes. You know what I mean? Like him and I, he always said, boy, I don't know how you, right when I had my son, when she was able to hold myself before he passed, he was just like, he's like, all right, nigga, you saw what we did, my mother. And he explained himself. He did a lot. He was very, very much a talkative guy. And he explained a lot of things that I was curious about, you know, and he broke it down. And I thought he was just being emotional just for, you having a kid, but let me tell you something about your mother and how love is and this and that, and why we got married, why we broke up, why I stayed back with, you know what I mean? A lot of things I was just like, okay. I was like, that was dope. So one thing that I don't have any regrets is nothing was left unsaid. I mean, nothing. There was nothing like, shit, I wish I could talk to him one more time. No, we got it all.
I gotta keep it 100 with you, bro. You inspiring me right now. I was just talking to my boy yesterday in regards to just me and my dad's relationship. We're not the closest. And I'm not gonna lie to you, my sister's very aware of this. It's been on my spirit for a few years to reach out to my dad and have those conversations. We didn't grow up like that with my father, but it's been on my spirit to reach out and to just, just talk from the present, not so much about what wasn't done in the past, the animosity, how you treat my mother, all this stuff. It's like, I'm grown now. Let's sit and have a man-to-man conversation. Let's hang. Let's try to build where we're at. How important do you think that is?
Through is that was a different generation.
Yeah, there we go.
They're stubborn is a word, but it doesn't quite encapsulate that generation. But it is. They were locked in a way, like my parents. I used to have try to do like counseling type of thing and say, well, this and that, and then you couldn't tell him shit for the longest. If he knew, if that's what it was, I'm too grown, boy. I had you when I was 30. You know how much more years I know that. But right towards the end, not say the end, I would say the last 10 years. He died at 73. I say after he turned about 60, 65, he would like I was able to say stuff, and I'm like, I know this is gonna go one ear. He was like, actually, you know what? I get that. And I was like, oh shit, what the hell? Yeah. I didn't even think it was possible. But that generation, they, you know what I mean? Yeah. Especially if they see that you want to go, but. That, my sister's big regret, I know I can't speak for her, but, was always thinking, her biggest pain was thinking, because they had a lot of issues as well.
Gotcha.
It was like they were, I'm sure they were in a better place than they were at one point, but still. Yeah. She's even from another generation, 10 years older. You're waiting for somebody to come to you, to talk to you. That's just not going to happen. Yeah, it's
not happening.
You go out and reach, it'll happen. My mother, she's got sisters and brothers. They just ain't talked in 20 years. It's crazy to me. Yeah. They're just from a different era. They don't think like, you think you have time, or you think, well, if you don't care, I don't care. Yeah. But if it's on your heart, and you feel it, all you do is reach out.
Do that.
Because the best thing is, at least you tried.
Yeah.
Because then if God forbid something does happen, you at least can rest and say, well, shit, I tried. I did my part to reach out, even if it's a phone call. There's a couple people I know, friends I haven't fucked with in a while.
It was interesting to me. I was just looking at Shaq's interview yesterday on TNT with Ernie and Chuck and the boys, and he was like devastated. Couldn't even barely get a word out. I'm not sure if you've seen that. And he was saying how he hasn't spoken to Kobe since the night he scored 60. That was 3 years ago.
Shut up.
He has not spoken to him since that night. He has not spoken a word. And that blew my mind. And he was it tore him up. You know, so he has not, he said, I've not spoken to Kobe since I asked him to score 50 and he scored 60. That's how you feel?
That's how you feel? Yeah,
he said that's the last time I spoke to my brother. And he said he realizes that we get so caught up in our work. We get so caught up in our personal lives that we can forget to check in with one another. We can forget. So
that's true.
Yeah, I'm thinking about this. It's in alignment with my dad, man. I think not only for me, but for people that's going to be listening to this episode. Yeah. I think it's very important for people to understand the importance of, mending those relationships, and not holding grudges from childhood and stuff like. At least putting forth some effort according to where you at in the present.
Text message.
Yeah. Something.
Email. Fly fucking kite.
FaceTime.
Whatever. FaceTime. So anything to say, when you got some time, let's link up.
Yeah.
They respond, I had a couple people, it's funny, I tried to reach out to on just some, where I think about it and go, damn, I ain't talked to this person in a while, and I'd reach out. Didn't get a response. Yeah. Another person, reach out, didn't get a response. My brother hits the news on some negative, crazy fucking shit. Which I'm glad we're running out of time. We don't have to dive into that. But that shit hit, and now my phone's blowing up from a lot of people that I kind of just reached out on some how you been shit. And guess what happened? Blocked. Fuck you. Now that's petty as hell, but I could be petty.
That part.
Now when I'm reaching out, nigga, reach out. Don't wait till fucking Kobe Bryant died to say, hey, let's talk about my Lakers. No, nigga, I was trying to talk to you before.
Nigga, I've been trying to reach out to your ass.
I've been trying to reach out. You know what I mean? Oh, your brother's going through some shit. What's going on with that? Click. You ain't using me as an inside. You want to know now? You know what I mean? When I was like, let's go do this and do that.
How the shit that I just told you get on TMZ? Ain't that about a bitch?
Ain't that a bitch? And like, I just talked to him right now. You want to hear the story? Yeah, man. And it's
that's real.
We'll see. I have a friend of mine who is a basketball coach, and he was shaken up by this tough. I mean, he coaches kids, and he was in the middle of a game. He had 3 games that day, and in the middle of the first game, they broke the news to him, and he had to turn and tell the 10-year-olds what everybody was talking about, and that fucked him up. But he had to get through the day. By the end of the day, he was like, man, I don't know, man. This really didn't, I don't know how I feel about basketball anymore and this and that. And I was like, bro, you serious? Yeah. Kobe Bryant touched so many people, shook to the core by his death. So much in a positive way, but also the pain he felt that it touched people that he never even met.
Facts.
And you you potentially could make the next Kobe Bryant. You don't think you're doing work, God's work? You don't think you're doing good, strong work?
Thank you.
You should feel even better about what you do, man. Yeah. I want to go out and start coaching basketball. I wish I had more knowledge. I'll be out there in the passing. Keep your legs up. Mama face. Like, you know what I mean?
That's real.
That's real. The teacher that was online telling kids, shoot Kobe,
That's you right there.
That's you, man. Come on. So I feel for people like, and at least they'll be able to play through it. I'm interested to see this game Friday. Should be real interesting. You know what I mean? Yeah. Against who are we playing?
We got
Portland.
We got Portland, and
they're coming in here.
We got a back-to-back actually. We got Portland, and we got, I forget who we got the next day, but yeah, we on the road the next day.
Yeah, Portland shit in. Them niggas don't even warm up. Portland.
Yeah. Go on, let us just get this one.
Don't even
go on, let us just get that.
Yeah, I mean, just go to the free throw line, brick a few. Right. You should make nothing from the free throw line. None of that shit. Who go 0 for 57 from the free throw line?
Ain't nobody making shit
as
tonight.
A team.
Yeah, the score is 118 to 50.
You blew the layup again? Yeah, exactly.
Let us go and do something. But honestly, man, it's been an absolute pleasure, brother, to chop it up with you, to get to know you, and I know we'll continue to build off this as well.
Yeah, y'all, you weren't too far to get here.
Yes, sir.
I got some stuff coming up. I mean, I got more seasons. I got more. I got a couple shows I want to play, a couple movies I want to get into. I got some more music I'm gonna bring back. Yeah. And when I do that, I want to do some shameless plugging.
Hey, man, you got an opportunity right now. Actually, the way that we end all of our episodes, we like to allow our guests to look at this camera right here, which is your camera. With this small segment, what we call right here, Big O, is your unselfish message right to the people. But in this time, you can plug in whatever it is you're doing, any projects, anything like that.
Come on, I want to selfishly tell you to look out for my news. No, that's messed up. But unselfishly, no, I mean, you know what? I'd like y'all to plug in with me. Omar Gooding on Instagram. And I read them all. I don't give a how many thousands of them. So watch your mouth. You will get blocked. No, but holla at your boy. I like to keep my fans really in tune with what I got going on. So like if I'm out in the streets, people say, "Oh, I love your little boy. He's got a cute smile." It's like, I know, there's 1,000 pictures of him online, but I don't hide that. You know what I mean? If it brings me joy, I like to pass it on and bring it to y'all. So just stay in tune with your boy. You know, shout out to the Bounce TV Network, Family Time, season 8 coming up. Another big old album is coming, and a lot of fun stuff. I got something that I wish I could tell y'all, but I'm gonna just hint at something. Don't get too crazy with this, but I've been asked a question about. I wish I could. It's something really, really juicy, and it's gonna make me a liar, which is cool because I've asked a lot. I get asked this all the freaking time. Will they or are you gonna do? And I say absolutely not, but that may not be true. So there's something real fun in the oven that I just learned about the other day, and it's got me geeked. So I'm like, okay. So y'all in real treat for the culture. Y'all gonna love it.
Love it, my brother. Well, it's been an absolute honor, my brother. Yeah, I'm saying we're gonna connect again. Yeah, you gotta understand what's going on. Hey,
2% of what we get.
Hold on. Let us wrap it on up.
Oh, okay. Shit. I'm like, I'll see you later. Get this mic off. Said it's been good. It's been fun. Start the car.
With that being said, man, that is a wrap. Your main man, King Q. My main man, Big O, a.k.a., the one and only Omar Gooding in the building. It has been an absolute pleasure, man. Until next time.
Yes, sir.
We always got to shout out the team, you know what I'm saying, before we end out. Shout out to my main man, B Visual. Shout out Simone, you know what I'm saying, behind the scenes. We got Coquise again in the building. With that being said, man, that is a wrap for this episode. And we out.
Lakers.
Yo, what's going on? It's your main man, King Q. If you like that episode, be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, like, and leave a comment. And also, if you want to follow the movement, be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Unselfish Behavior Podcast. And as you know, we out.